This week, I'm exploring the flip side of the newly found Sigma woman. Yes, she's strong, centered, and emotionally free, but today I'm talking about what people often miss: the grief, the misunderstandings, the silent battles she fights alone. We're going deeper into how recovery from codependency transforms her, but also challenges her in ways most won't ever see. Let's talk about the part of the journey that no one claps for.
This is the essence of femininity, healing emotion, bold energy, grace in my walk, truth in my voice, loving myself is my power, my choice. Butterfly wings, I rise and I shine. The past.
Hi there. I am the Essence of Femininity, your certified professional life and recovery coach for codependency recovery. And this is my YouTube channel. I'm Yellow Butterfly. Today I want to talk about the other side of codependency transformation. Because yes, when a woman transforms from codependency, she becomes something rare. She becomes centered, emotionally sovereign, quietly powerful. She evolves into what we call a signal woman. And that is a woman who walks outside of social hierarchies. She moves in grace and she lives in full alignment with herself. But it's not all ease and elegance. The Sigma woman walks a road few people understand, and with all of that strength, it comes a deeper layer of complexity. And let's talk about that just for a moment. Let's stay here for a moment. When she was still in her codependency, she was a yes woman. Yes to overgiving. Yes to fixing everything. Yes to peacekeeping, even when it cost her own peace. She needed to be needed. She needed to believe her value came from how much she poured into other people. Her love language, I know this is not a real love language, but her love language was self-sacrifice. But deep down, she was running on empty. She didn't have any boundaries. She had survival strategies. She didn't have joy. She had performance. She wasn't living. She was just literally trying to prove herself, trying to belong, trying to be accepted, looking for validation. Now, as a mother, she was once the over-functioning caretaker. She said yes to everything, even when it burned her out. She tried to control outcomes in her children's lives. And she did it thinking it was love, but it was really fear. It was her fear of failing. It was her fear of being judged and fear of her kids not turning out right or just loving her. So she would micromanage everything: the homework, the emotions, play dates, their dreams, their college choices. She would just micromanage everything. She thought it was love. Okay. She wanted to be the perfect mom. And now that she is going through her codependency recovery and coming out on the other side of transformation, she's become a Sigma woman. She's present, but she's not controlling. She's now letting her kids make mistakes and learn from them. She's teaching them emotional regulation, not being there to people please any longer. She raised them to trust themselves and to not depend on her approval for anything. And yes, some people might say she's too distant now or she's not hands-on enough. But what they don't see is the freedom and the inner peace her children are being raised with. Whether they're younger or adults, the dynamics have changed. Now, as a friend, before she went through her healing, she was that fix-it friend, the one who, You called when your world was falling apart. She'd cancel her own plans, neglect her own needs, and just show up every time, no matter what it cost her. She would check on you. She would just overgive and overexert herself. She thought loyalty meant saying no was bad. She was always available to you. She was always accommodating and always exhausted too. But now, the new friend, the new Sigma woman, she's still loyal, but she has boundaries. She has a capacity that she honors. She won't answer her phone at 2 a.m. just because someone's having the same crisis that they refused to work on 6 months ago. She listens, but she doesn't carry that weight anymore. And she's going to call you back when she has time. She's going to now choose friends who honor her peace. She pours into people who pour back. She shows up for people, but not to her own detriment anymore. Oh my gosh, I get chills talking about this. And sure, some old friends may call her selfish now or even distant, but what they really miss is her emotional labor, not her love. They don't miss her being healthy mentally. They just miss her doing everything for them. And so they slowly back away because she's not there. Now, in romantic relationships, when she was in codependency, she would be that ride or die chick. She loved potential. She overextended herself. She thought if she gave more, the relationship would grow. She accepted the breadcrumbs and convinced herself it was a meal. And you guys know what I'm talking about. She feared abandonment more than she feared disrespect. So she tolerated things that she had no business entertaining. She became so emotional. She became that emotional home space for men who didn't show her any emotions. And it made her emotional. Now, she doesn't chase it. She doesn't chase anybody. She observes. She doesn't fall fast for anybody based off of what they say. She moves in truth. She doesn't get seduced by the sweet words and the sweet talking. She literally watches for aligned actions for what's best for her. She wants a partner, not a project. She doesn't want to date to fix anymore. She dates because it's building something, both of them together. And sure, men might say she's too hard to love. Now they'll say that. But what they mean is she no longer tolerates being unloved or any of the other BS. Even in how she used to have fun, that has even changed. Back then, before the codependency recovery, she did what was expected. She overscheduled her life with social events. She said yes to things she didn't enjoy. Oh my gosh, this is giving me chills. Just to feel connected. Her fun was performative. She laughed through exhaustion. She would drink with people with anxiety. She smiled through the overstimulation because she didn't want to be seen as boring or antisocial. She did things in relationships she didn't want to do, whether it was with friends or romantically. She just went with what everybody else did. Now her joy is intentional. She finds fun in the simplicity of just dancing in the kitchen, walking in nature, traveling solo, reading in silence, long talks with women who understand her energy and have common things that, goals. She doesn't need noise. She needs a nourishment, and she will walk away from anybody that is not offering that. But people don't always get it. They assume she's withdrawn, she's too private, she's too serious, she's fake, or she's just whatever, arrogant. But the truth is, she's finally at home with herself. She doesn't need the crowd to be alive. She doesn't need the crowd. The misunderstandings are constant. People think she's too guarded. She's too intense. She's too distant. She's just too anything. They don't understand how much she's given, how lost she was, and just to become this whole person. They don't understand that. And because she no longer leads with her brokenness, people assume she never had any. But what they don't know is her strength is stitched in pain. They don't know the tears that she cried behind closed doors. They don't know how many times she said, "I'm fine, I'm okay," when she was literally breaking down inside. They don't know the sacrifices that she made to finally choose herself. They don't understand what it feels like to step out and heal and to just let go. Even in the workplace, the Sigma woman is often overlooked or challenged. She's competent, but not flashy. She's consistent, but she doesn't participate in the office politics. She's kind. She wants to get along, but she doesn't force herself to get along with people. Leaders don't always know what to do with her. They may try to micromanage her, realizing that she performs best when she's trusted, but they might exclude her from circles because she doesn't play into the favoritism or the false flattery. But she shows up. She shows up and she delivers, but she is rarely celebrated because she doesn't chase recognition. She chases the impact of her job. She wants to work and do a great job. Whether she's an entrepreneur or working for someone else, she wants to do a great job. Now, as a wife and a partner, she may find it hard to fit traditional expectations because she's not clingy anymore. She doesn't seek permission. She needs space. She values autonomy. Some partners may confuse that with rejection, though, because they don't understand, and what they don't see is that she's making room for herself so that she can give love that is rooted in truth and not sacrifice. So it gives others that mixed emotion. They find it hard. And yet with all of this, the Sigma woman still desires. She wants to be loved deeply. She wants softness. She wants a safe space to be able to unmask and laugh and have fun and do all of those things that she enjoyed doing. She wants community where she doesn't have to dilute her power to belong. She wants a love where her strength is celebrated, not challenged. She wants a life that matches the woman she has fought so hard to become. But where do you go when you're powerful and tired? You're healed, but you're still healing. You're whole, but you're also isolated. You know? But that's why I created a safe space for us. And on August 7th, I want to talk about this in depth. August 7th at 7 p.m., I am hosting a free webinar titled Healing Codependency and Unlocking Your Sigma Energy. This is a real conversation. It's not a sales pitch. It's not a funnel for you to get something else. I'm just literally having a free webinar, just an intimate gathering of women walking the same road. The seats are going to be limited because I want it to stay a safe space, a sacred space. I want it to be where the capacity is where I can have dialogue with everyone. I have put the link in the description of this video. And when you register, you will give me some insight into who you are so that when I create all of this, I can speak to you and not just a broad conversation. Also, I want to invite you to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me through my website. It's free. It's all free. Subscribe, join my community, and let's work together to create the life you deserve, because freedom, it starts here. Bye for now. Hi there. I am the Essence of Femininity, and on Thursday, August 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm hosting a free webinar on how codependency recovery, often unleashes Sigma Woman energy. This is a free event. Click the link to register, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye now.
This is the essence of femininity, healing emotion, bold energy, grace in my walk, truth in my voice, love in myself is my power.